Today I'll show you how to pipe every letter of the alphabet in both cursive and print, and I'll break it down and share some tips so that you can be successful and confident writing on cakes, even if you think you don't have a steady hand or good handwriting. You'll need some buttercream in a piping bag with a small round tip. The smaller the number, the smaller the opening, and this is a number 3. The first step is to learn how to pipe some lines. So start with your piping tip super close to the practice sheet and squeeze to make contact. Then as you squeeze, lift up slightly to hover and let that string form and drop. When you're done with the line, stop squeezing and tap down. The reason for the hover is so that there's enough space for your piping tip to form a cylindrical line so that it's clean and doesn't look smushed or jagged. You also want to make sure you're squeezing the right amount of pressure. If you don't squeeze hard enough and you move across the page, your lines are going to break. And on the contrary, if you squeeze too hard and don't move quickly enough, you'll have curly looking lines like this. So practice some lines, get a feel for the pressure, and then you can start doing some curves. Same idea where you create your anchor points by starting close and ending close and giving a little bit of space underneath while you're piping to make sure that the line comes out clean and full. When you've got that down, try piping a letter. Instead of piping out the whole letter at once, break it up into segments. So start with the first side of the A going up, then add a second line down, finish it with a little curl, and then tap down to finish. Think of each letter as a collection of lines and curves. For the lowercase a, make a circle shape first, tap down, and finish with a curved line. After you've mastered that, you can try it all in one go. This time you won't be breaking up the segments, but every time you switch directions, move your piping tip closer to the mat to create an anchor point and then continue piping. This way you'll have more control of the string that's coming out of your piping tip by anchoring it down at each of the most essential points of the letter. Okay, now I'll pipe out every letter, uppercase and lowercase, so that you can see the pathways I take. If you're looking for how to pipe a specific letter, check the description below for a timestamp so you can jump right to it. All right, let's put the letters together and pipe some words. When you're starting out, just pipe each letter one at a time. Make sure that you take a break where there's going to be a connecting point so that you can cover up the break in your piping and continue on to make it look like one continuous cursive word. The next level up is to break up the word into 2 parts. So I'm going to pipe birth all in one squeeze, one continuous motion, then take a break to cross my T's and dot my I's, literally, and then finish off with day. When you have a long word like congratulations, it can feel kind of overwhelming, thinking you have to pipe it all at once and hold your breath and hope for the best. So just take it section by section and you should be good. So that's it for cursive. Let's move on to print lettering. Now, sometimes people think that print is easier than cursive, but personally I disagree because with print, everything is about straight lines and precision. So if something is even a little off, it's really obvious. Cursive is actually a lot more forgiving because it's more fluid, so if you mess up a little bit, you can't really tell. But sometimes people ask for print lettering. So if you need it for an order or you just want to practice your details and become a master of fine detail piping, then this is a great thing to practice. Again, you can find timestamps in the description if you're looking for how to pipe a specific letter. When piping words in print, there's really nothing to it. It's going to be the same as just piping each individual letter. Nothing is connected. So take your time and enjoy. The more you practice piping letters, whether it's in cursive or in print, the more comfortable you'll get and the more you'll understand how big each letter is. And that will help you when you're positioning some words on a cake. You want to just visualize the entire word, kind of how much space each letter is going to take, and map it out in your head before you go in to make sure that everything fits exactly where you want it to go. It's really quite meditative practicing piping letters because it forces you to lock in on every letter, each line, each curve, makes you really present and it helps you find that flow state. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And congratulations! Now you know how to pipe every letter, uppercase, lowercase, in cursive and print. You can find this practice sheet and more on our website, thesweetspotworkshops.com, and I'll see you in the next one.